Not heard that tune in a while, have we? Well, I haven't. First time I've heard it in, at least 2 weeks. Welcome to Crafters TV, everybody. My name's Ben Moseby. How are you? I hope you're well. I hope the sun is shining wherever you may be. It is shining here in the northeast, hence still got the Hawaiian shirt on and the shorts again today. Shorts! Everyone's got the shorts on today.
I've got mine on.
Sheena's not got her shorts on today. Most people have got their shorts on today. All the boys have got the shorts on today. Yeah, it's going to be a fun day today. As you can see, Sheena is in town and we will give her the proper introduction she deserves in just a few moments' time. But we've got two fantastic shows. Later on tonight, live at 5, we've got Launch Party, where I'm quite excited actually because we're going to be touching on launches of recent times, which of course I will have missed alongside you potentially. So lots of great goodies coming up later. In this show, Masterclass, we're featuring on something that you might have seen before elsewhere, but you won't have seen before here on Crafters TV. It is our Seize the Day collection, one of these fantastic boxes which is just jam-packed full of everything that you want. Papers, you got it. Cardstock, you got it. Dies, stencils, embossing folders, stamps, you got it. And already the showstopper which we put together for you is flying out of the door, approaching 20% of that stock already gone. Also, must mention before we get started, on the website, there are still some amazing deals for you if you love Sheena products, up to 60% off selected Sheena goodies. And up until the end of play tomorrow, we do still have our 10 for 10, where you can get 10 dies for £10 or $10. Also, before I introduce Sheena, during this show, we are after your comments as per usual. Comment along if you've got a question, if you've got a request, if you've just got a general hello, how are you, nice to see you kind of thing, send it in, because during this show we will be looking for a winner. It is, well, many national days today. One national day is it is National Cheesecake Day. Our Christina has popped this together. It is a beautiful Biscoff cheesecake, which I will be devouring.
Notice whose desk it's on, by the way.
Can you still smell it?
I can smell it from here.
It's Biscoff.
I know. You didn't trust it to be over here.
No. I mean, do you trust it with me over here? That's the thing.
I'd be taking the biscuits out and rearranging them a little bit. There'd be like maybe 4 biscuits left on by the time.
yeah. Biscuits? No, there weren't any. There were no biscuits on here.
Yeah.
We've got Jake is the security, he's the guardian of the cake, to make sure that we don't eat this, because we're going to be talking more about cheesecake in the later show tonight. This show, though, we're going to be talking about friendship, because it is also National Friendship Day. So to be in with the chance of winning £15 for you to spend with us here at Crafters TV, and £15 for a friend to spend here at Crafters TV, chat along with us and let us know who your oldest friend is. Not as in, oh, I've got a friend named Doris, she's 105. As in, like, who is the friend you've been friends with the longest? That's the chat we're after. And other general chit-chat, please. I'll keep reminding you as we head through the show. But like I said, it is not just me over the course of the next couple of hours, or indeed the next couple of shows, or indeed the next couple of days, because we have got double Sheena. Yes, we have, as I'll be having a double helping of the cheesecake in just a little while. We've got a double helping of Sheena, and I'm glad to say that she's here, looking marvellous and spiffing. How are you, Sheena?
I am chickeny boom, ready to go. Yeah, 2 days. Woohoo!
Woo.
I just have to not forget and just drive back to Evesham tonight, because habit. Don't do it. Don't do it. Stay.
Yes.
Come back tomorrow.
And you get to the bottom of the road. I was going to say turn left, but you don't turn left to get to the house. You turn right either way, don't you?
Yeah, and then straight on the
yeah. Turn right, and when you get to the bottom of that road, turn left, not right.
Yes. Don't do it. Don't do it. Come back tomorrow. Yeah.
It's lovely to see, and I know before we get into this, you've been having a play with this collection as well, haven't you? What a lovely collection.
You know what? It's really nice to get to play with some other people's designs for a change, because it's like a surprise. It's like a lucky bag. You don't know what you're going to get, because you know everything. I kind of, when you've drawn them and they're coming to you, you kind of know. I haven't got a great memory, which helps a bit, but you know, you still like remember when they come back. Oh yeah, because they're months and months ahead. But when there's someone else's, it's really nice, because I'm discovering, like you guys are, and this is such phenomenal value, and it's really lovely collection. And I would have been happy to say I'd drawn any of them. Few of them are quite like my style. And Debbie was playing with them as well, and she said, oh, there's the first one we're going to use. Looks very, like, in fact, I think I've got one that's quite similar to that. And they're just lovely images. And but the papers that go together, it's everything you need in one box.
Yeah.
And the value, again, is just ridiculous.
We will take you through it all in just a few moments' time. Say a few hellos. Radical Rachel joins us. Coletta Morris is in saying good morning from Arkansas. Hello to Pat, who says good morning, Ben and Sheena and everyone from New Jersey. Mary Beth Dawes in Minnesota. Christy Mahoney says good morning / afternoon, everyone. I'm watching on the big telly as I can't move yet. I'm super tired, but I am here. Hi. Radical Rachel is still in her PJs.
I don't blame you.
No, I don't.
No.
We always often talk about that here. We should do like a
PJ day.
A PJ day.
I've done a PJ day on telly before.
Have you?
Yes, it was very weird, driving to work in my pyjamas.
Yeah.
Like for a 7 o'clock in the morning show.
Do you feel more relaxed doing a show in your pyjamas?
No, because you should see my normal pyjamas I would wear. They weren't telly-worthy. I had to go and buy a decent pair of pyjamas because what a show up that would have been. Some people didn't even wear pyjamas, so imagine the horror.
Maybe scrap that idea then. Lynn says, good afternoon, Sheena, Ben, CTV community and all the team and you lovely crafters from Newcastle. Oh, why, man. Claudia Sue says, hello from Sunny Lake Constance in good old Germany. Sunny Lake.
Nice.
Sunny Lake Constance, I should say.
Nice.
Liz Johnson joins us from South Yorkshire. It's lovely and sunny.
Aye up.
Hey, what?
Aye up.
Aye up at Yorkshire. Aye. Shazelle joins us saying, good morning all. Core, that cake looks delicious. It's mine. Keep your eyes off my cake.
So he thinks. Yeah, so he thinks.
Are we going to try some of this before the end of the show? We can try.
I think it's the law we have to. It would be very, very wrong not to because people want to know that it's not just a fake cake.
No.
I would want to know if I was watching. Is it just a pretend one? No.
Is it a fake cake?
Fake cake, man.
It's definitely not fake because I can smell that. I might have to move it because I am salivating at the smell of the... It smells lovely. I don't need an excuse to eat cake, says Jeanette, and Pat says the cheesecake looks delicious. Sorry, says Zoe, but I cannot stop looking at the cake. Is it? Shall I move it? I'll move it off the set for now. Okay, the details that are going to come up in just a second. There you go, it's gone now. Just forget about the cake. There is no cake. Look into my eyes, look into my eyes. Not around the eyes, not around the eyes, look into the eyes. There is no cake. 3, 2, 1, you're back in the room. I love my friends, says Christine, but I think Betsy Fruit Black has been my longest crafty friend. That's lovely. And Judith says, hi folks, son and hubby both at work today so I can watch Sheena on the TV undisturbed. Yes. Shall we get into this then? This is the Seize the Day craft box. Now there's 2 buying options for you. If you just want the craft box on its own, you can. However, the best value for money and the deal which is flying already out the door is on the screen for you here. It is the Seize the Day craft box with the goodie bag. Now the goodie bag you're paying an extra £10 or $20 for. It's worth £55 or $70 and it's everything else that you're seeing on the display there. So all of the extras alongside the box you're getting within this bundle for £10 or $20, but it should cost you £55 or $70. And look, this is all the goodies that you're getting. Some really, really lovely bits from other selections. I'll dive in the box in a second, but you've got the amazing water lily frame with the dragonflies from the Dancing Dragonfly collection. We've got some beautiful dies in here, that stunning embossing folder. We've got a selection of stamps from the Mediterranean Dreams collection and also stencils. We've got the beautiful Build the Floral stencil set from the Kingfisher collection and we've got some wonderful stamps from the Bella Luna set. So all of that is coming to you for just £10 or $20 extra when you buy the box, and this Seize the Day craft box is absolutely incredible. I know Sheena will be demoing this throughout the show, but the paper, Sheena,
they're gorgeous.
Just immense, aren't they?
They are so lovely, and they kind of go with your shirt as well.
They do.
It's like you're back on holiday with this. Then look,
that literally looks like a picture I took on holiday in Turkey.
Yeah, look, isn't that lovely? You can hear the waves, and your feet are in the sand, aren't they?
Don't.
Oh, bless them.
Make me want to go back to Ishmael.
Reality strikes.
Yeah,
but you know what I love though? They're 8x8 and they are double-sided. So one side, as usual, has got more pattern on it. The other side's a little bit more toned back, so you can stamp on them because they're not coated.
Yeah.
They're lovely heavyweight, but they haven't got that shiny finish to them. So it means you can get ink on them, you can stamp on them, you can use the stencils that are coming up that are in this set on them. You can ink through them, you can use your texture paste on them. They are absolutely lovely and very, very usable because they're not going to fight with their main focal point.
No.
They're not in their face. You know, like I keep talking about, like when you create a card or a scrapbook page or a book, you really need to kind of, I like to think of it as your kind of maybe your Amdram group, you know, your local group, where you've got your star of your show, your A-list celeb.
Yes.
You know, they're going to be the stamp, the focal point, maybe the folder. They're going to be right front and centre, star of the show.
Yeah.
Then you've got your supporting cast with maybe a little dies and things. And then you've got your set design. And this is where the papers, the backing papers all come in, but they shouldn't be fighting with the main star of the show, but they enhance the whole production, and that's exactly what these are. And look at the colours in there. Again, two-sided, but perfectly chosen.
Yeah.
The thing that can ruin, you can have the best plan in the world and put the best construction, the best layout together, and if the colours are wrong, you can't retrieve it. But get the colours right and it gets you out of loads of dodgy situations. If the colour palette is right, much, much easier and much to play with.
And 24 sheets of your double-sided papers, 18 sheets of your linen cardstock as well, all chosen to match absolutely beautifully. I'll show you all of the hardware as well. And isn't it lovely? Because if you like the Enchanted Ocean collection, this is obviously on a similar sort of vein because it's all sort of seaside related. I feel it's like the designs are a little bit more grown up though, a little bit more...
they're not as stylised,
yes.
as cartoony kind.
Yes, exactly right.
They're more realistic. Got more realism to them, definitely. And I like that because that means you can change the palette again, and you can add more texture, and you can even add more detail if you want. You know, and choose the appropriate colouring medium. Which we'll come to when we start to play, because I'm going to give you the choice. But
look at what else you're going to get here. So all of the papers and then your hardware. So you're getting a beautiful 2D embossing folder in here. So jellyfish. You've got your sea kelp and your coral in there, so that will actually work really, really nicely with that Enchanted Ocean collection. You've got a couple of stencils in here as well. So your nautical elements, this again brings you, if I flip that, you probably see it a little bit better. You've got shells in there. Again, you've got your sort of seaweed. You've got your little rope in there, your netting too. You've got another stencil here, which is your ocean waves. So you've got those different designs of waves that you can run your glitter paste through, run your inks through there as well. Then you've got a selection of stamps. This one, again, is called your nautical accessories. So you've got your little life preserver, not life, what's it called? Little rubber ring, not a buoy. It's a rubber ring, yes. Anchor. You've got your starfish in there. You've also got your little bits and pieces so you can build your own little sailboat in there. Now, so who's going to tell us what sort of knot that is? Because we were talking about this before the show. Who's good on their knots there? Is that a bowline? Is it a clove hitch? Is it a... Jake said it's a diamond knot. We're not sure what sort of knot that one is, but someone will know. Someone will have stayed in the Cubs or the Brownies longer than we did.
So when you pull that, it's going to get tighter, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's really easy to kind of
and then there's just a loop
loosen.
Around a loop, and you go like that. Yeah.
What is the knot, please? Let us know. But also in this set, stamps. So you've got your cute little sailboat in there, again with your compass. You've got some beautiful stencils in there. Love the fact that you've got your eyeglass in there as well, your little telescope. Arr!
I knew you were going to say, I said that in my head before
What?
you said it.
Arr!
Sad though. Sad but true.
We're back. We're back. Oh, a square reef knot, we think that knot might be. Is that not a square reef knot or not? You've then got stamps and die sets in here. So this one, again, brings you your die for your sailboat. You've got your wheel, your boat.
Yeah, your ship's wheel, isn't
Ship's
it?
wheel
Your
in there.
captain's wheel.
Is
Captain's wheel.
Is it still called a wheel?
We're quite the nautical ones, aren't we?
Yes, we are. We are. Then you've got
are.
all of your seashells in here. So dies for the stamps that go with them. So you've got your sort of shells and your clams and your conches in there as well. Then you've got this, which is your sentiment scroll. So there's the die. And on the back, you've got the stamp there with some sentiments that you can pop onto that, sending oceans of love and seize the day. I would imagine also you've got more stamps back at home that you can stamp onto that to add different sentiments. And this one, Shine a Light, it reminds me of being back in Devon, either on Berryhead in Brixham, which has actually, Berryhead in Brixham has, I think, if not one of the smallest lighthouses in the country. It's teeny tiny. Teeny tiny, but on a very high cliff, so it doesn't need to be that big. Or Plymouth Hoe, where you've got your red and white lighthouse. It reminds me of home anyway, but you've got your lighthouse included in there in stamp and die form. All of that, plus the papers, plus the cardstock, and then all of the extra goodies that I talked about a few moments ago for £23.99 or $31.99. How could that get better? Have 100 bonus points as well. But we are over 20% of the stock already gone on that collection. Shall we get into this, and then we'll chat some more with you guys who are sending in messages of your longest friends and also other comments too. Right, Sheena.
Do you want to see some stuff?
Yes, please.
Yeah, there's some lovely ones. And Debbie and I have been playing and get my heads together with them as well. But we've got some design team ones here. Do you want to look at it on the overhead? That sounds like a plan. And they're gorgeous. Depends, you know, whatever you want to colour in with. These ones, it looks like they're done with alcohol pens. So your Spectrum pens there, but they've got a totally different look depending on what medium you're going to use. We're going to use, surprise, surprise, a water-based colouring medium today. I have to play with. Isn't that so cute? Just that little boat with the O's. How cool is that? So we're going to use water reactive inks, and I've got the watercolour palette as well, because why not? That's the one I'm carrying with me to colour in. I love this. This is it looks like the shimmering watercolours have been used on this.
Wow,
one.
Yeah.
Look at the shine on that.
Absolutely.
That is a Bobby Dazzler, that is, isn't it?
A Bobby Dazzler.
Whoa, beautiful, that is. Lovely. Oh, look, I've got two of them. Oh, snap.
Ah, yes.
Oh, I'll put that one. I thought that looks familiar. It's like I've got the memory of that fish. That looks familiar.
What fish?
That looks familiar. That looks familiar. Okay. Clearly, hello. Oh, that looks familiar. Oh, you might have even seen that one. Oh, okay. Right. So now, but there's some other ones. This is the one that we're gonna start with. We're gonna make this one. Then we're gonna make that one.
Ah, that is lovely.
Yeah, so this is Debbie, you know, she's all right with the colouring in. But I thought you might like to see how we can do like this kind of sky and a bit. But look at how spectacular these cards.
Well, that you just again you want to put a frame on and stick it on your wall. That's a lovely piece of home decor.
And here's the point as well. When we come into colouring products, just saying, and I might as well say it now because we've got all day anyway. If you use like your water reactive there, right? Or your watercolours, because we've got that option there. We've got the choice there on the website, right? If you are going to put it on the wall, guess which one you're going to choose? Those ones, right? If you're going to make a card, you can choose either. But if you're going to put it on the wall, go for those ones, guys, because that's the one that won't fade when you put it in a frame and the light shines on the wall art. So just saying, just the point to make there now. But that one there, and then we also have, look at that. Isn't that? Oh,
incredible.
I love the colours in this. And then also that there. But look at how those papers come into play. And then that look at this. How cool has that been? So let me just put these away, Ben, and then we'll get ready and we'll start playing, if that's all right, yeah?
News flash from me, everybody. So I've got my notes here. My notes are wrong. I've only been back in 2 days. They stitched me up already. I'm normally very thorough when I do my prep. And I've read all my notes down. I've told you that if you buy this, you get all the extras worth £55 or $70 for £10 or $20. That's absolute nonsense. That is hashtag a lie. The good news is, though, it is a lie which is now in your favour because, basically, if you just want to buy the Caesar Day craft box on its own, you pay this price. If you decide you want to buy the Caesar Day craft box with all of the goodies that I'm showing you here, you pay this price. So that's where people are getting a bit confused this morning. And also, you only get, if you buy the box on its own, 50 bonus points for this price. But if you buy this deal, you get the same price, you get 100 bonus points, and you get all of the extras for absolutely nothing. We don't have, though, huge quantities available, as you will imagine, because people twigged quicker than I did. Over 20% of the stock has already gone. So if you're anyway interested in this today, don't buy the Caesar Day craft box on its own. Buy this deal here with the goodie bag. You'll get the goodie bag for free, and you'll get double the amount of bonus points you would have got if you bought the box on its own. Hopefully that makes sense. And if you don't want the goodie bag, buy it anyway because you're getting it for free and you can give the goodie bag to a friend on National Friendship Day. Yes. On that note, do keep sending in your comments as to who your longest friend is, because we are going to be giving away £15 to you and £15 to your friend at the end of the show. So many comments. Isabel says, my longest friendship is with my friend Jackie. We first met when we were 18, nearly 50 years ago. I can't really believe it's that long ago. Rebecca says, my longest friendship is with Helen. We met at a youth club over 30 years ago. Her eldest and my youngest went to primary school together, continuing the next generation of friends. And one more for now from Maria, who says, hello, Uncle Ben and Mammy. I wish I was with you. Love from Willow, aged 7 and 4 days.
Oh, yes, that was just very precise because she was a whole 7 a few days ago.
What did we find out as well last week?
Yes, they're like little twins, the two little fairy types.
My Molly and Sheena's Willow, she had the same birthday. Willow was 7, Molly was 2.
Yes.
Birthday pals.
Yeah. Oh. And they weren't spoiled at all, either of them.
No.
Not at all.
No presents or cuddles or... yeah, Molly got her own Instagram page on her birthday. No. Yeah, she did. She's become a little doggy model now, but we'll not talk about that.
Oh, right.
Proper diva.
Okay.
Proper diva.
Fair enough.
Right. Seize the day, Sheena.
Then. Fabulous. So so we started off with this gorgeous, I mean, look at the colour of this gorgeous linen texture card. And, you know, this is top quality. This is not like back in the day, you know, a few years back, you'd buy a box kit and it was shiny like a mass-produced, nasty printer paper. It was. It was yuck. You know, you get the quantity and you get the value, but you didn't get the quality. This is nothing like that, people. Just trust me. This is the proper top-notch stuff. Gorgeous, gorgeous quality linen cord. Beautiful colour. Look at how it matches in with these papers. Absolutely perfect. So I've got that cut to size and I've got a piece of this fabulous backing paper also cut to size. But I'm going to show you how straight away we can start playing with that. So I've got some of my water reactive ink here. And the first thing I'm going to do, Ben, is just age that a little bit. Just take a little bit of this brown and I'm going to just darken around the edges. And what that does is just, you know, when we're talking about making things look a little bit more authentic and grown up, you know, rather than, you know, fun and cartoony maybe, you know, like for the kids or whatever. So make this more adult and a bit aged and weathered. We can go around the outside. And I'll tell you what else you can do, a little tip. I did this last week with Debbie.
Oh, yeah.
And she loved it. Shall I show you what it was? Let's do that again because you might have missed it last
The scratchy?
week. Yeah, the scratchy thing.
Oh.
Now, this one's got a little bit of glue on it. Let me see if I've got a clean one. I need a little a pokey tool that has no glue on it. I can't see one, so we'll have to see if this will work. So what you do, Ben, is you take this and you do little scratches like this around the outside, like little scores like this in with a poker. You can do this with a craft knife as well. And then when you ink it, the ink kind of congregates, it builds up in those little scratches. So
you're not going through the paper, you're just like scoring it?
No, you're just scoring the top of the paper. And then when you put the ink on, it grabs into that part of the card. It's not doing it as much with this because that is actually got that much glue on it. It's barely changing the surface of the card. I'm embossing it rather than scratching it. Because what you do need to do is you need to like, you know, rough up the surface of the card and break the surface of that coating on the card. But you can maybe just see a little bit starting to appear.
Here we come, zooming in.
Can you see that little bit of texture there?
Oh, yeah.
You really do need a pointy stylus, but this one has got, I don't know how many months, weeks, years of glue was on that little guy.
Oh, you can see that. That's terrible.
Yeah, that's pretty much. But that's a little technique for you to use that little extra thing there. And then we're going to go around the outside like this and just add that. But you can see how it's aged the colour a bit. We don't want to make it, it's a bit more brown than I would have done, just because I was wanting to show you that little technique. So maybe a little bit less heavy-handed with that, just a touch around the outside. And then you can even, we don't necessarily need it, but I just want to mention, this is the stage where you could even look at your stencils and think, we could add a bit of texture. Look at all this texture in this one you can pop on there. This stuff here looks like hessian. You're like an old, like a net or something. Just
Like the old
like
trawler men who pop the nets out.
Yes, exactly. So if you wanted to give it a little look like there's something going on there, you can always get your ink through, you know, anywhere you want. But that's the funnest thing about stencils. Doesn't have to be a finite edge to them. You can just give it, just giving it a little bit more texture at the bottom.
Yeah.
And you can do the same, you know, up here. Just have fun with them. There is so much in this set. It is really, you can so tell how times have moved on. This, you know, 5 years ago, you would not get this set at this price.
Well, it's bonkers, isn't it?
There's no way.
The price for the box on its own is incredible, but to get all the extra stuff as well, I almost feel again like we've lost our minds. We've had too much sunshine here, and the sun's gone to our team's brain. I think that's what it is.
I think so. It is really, really a phenomenal value for money. And so, you know, I wouldn't miss out on that. And I love the fact that, so it's that price, but it's also that price with everything extra.
Absolutely right.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Like, that's my kind of shopping.
We
Don't
will
have to
take
work
that.
it out. Just get it. So can you see how even just that background, just with that little extra addition to the stencil, how you've got more stuff going on. Now, another thing you could have done, I'm just adding it here because the more I talk, the more you're going to get value for money, right? Whether I do it or not. We could have used glycerin through there, right? If you wanted to add a little bit of bling, what you could have used is I could have put some glycerin, I could have picked it up on that, and I could have sponged through that. Then I could have removed my stencil, and I could have added embossing powder. And then I could have had all this texture, that little thing there. It could have been a little gold embellishment with a little embossing powder detail on there. All those things we can add and layer. It's just time that prevents us from doing all these things for you. We might get to do some little bits like that as we go on, but for now, we'll pop that on there, and that's a good start. So that's the first stage, layer 1 there. And I'm going to stick that on there with my tape gun. And anything, you know, if you think of anything, shout up, guys, because if not, I'll just keep going. Well,
everyone's just generally enjoying watching you. We're getting lots of lovely comments through about oldest friends as well, which we can mention whilst you are just sticking those bits down. Amanda says, I've known my best friend since she was 1 hour old.
Wow.
53 years we've lived opposite to each other, and she was born at home. She is family and I am hers. That's lovely.
1 hour old, wow.
Suzanne Dawn says, sorry sir, I've got no excuse for being late. Please, Miss Sheena, forgive my tardiness. Hello everyone, happy crafting. We forgive Suzanne, don't we?
No, that's okay. It won't get lines or anything. Or,
no,
you know.
Not this time anyway.
Not this time, yeah.
Yeah, next time, watch
it's
out.
It's like Marty McFly, one more tardy.
Yeah, one more tardy.
I love that. Brilliant, yeah. All right, and so that's the background sorted there, and then we're going to work on the embellishment thing.
Yeah.
Look at how gorgeous those colours are. I'm a happy camper. Right, so we've got the embellishment. So let's do a little bit of stampery and cuttery, I think. So we've got these shells here, and we've got them. They're all in the little packs with appropriate dies. So I'm gonna, I have them cut, but I think we should do a little bit of stamping and cutting. Okay. And then we can move on after that. Let me just take those out there for speed. And I'm going to use, you know, when we look at what you want, whatever you want to use is your go-to for your preferred stamping method. My go-to is my clear rocker block. Yeah. It's just the quickest way to get the job done, Ben. If I stamp something and it doesn't come out great, then I will go to my repositionable stamping platform. But if I can do it with the rocker block and it works, then that's great. Absolutely. You know, so why make it... The thing is, it's a little bit more time consuming with the repositionable one. It takes a bit more room on my desk, so I have to clear up a little bit more. So if I can get that done like that, boom, done. Easy, sorted, then that's it. So brilliant. So I don't know what you're like, what your method is, but that's mine. Let me see. Yeah, I'm going to do another one of them. Let's do another one of them. In fact, let's not, because I've already got one done. So let's just pop them, just to let you see how we're going to do those and cut them out. So we're going to stamp them. Then we can find the appropriate die, pop it over there, and then cut them out.
Reminds me of my holidays. I was diving for shells in
Have you scuba dived, Ben?
I've only scuba dove once. I had one of these, you know, like back in our day, you had like the mask, didn't you? And then the snorkel.
The snorkel, yeah.
Nowadays, they have like the full face mask with the snorkel on top.
Oh, really? So
yeah.
it's like,
So it's like being in like,
Yeah.
So I borrowed that and I was down in the water looking for fish and shells. I didn't tell Daisy too much because she swims in the sea, does our Daisy, but she doesn't like fish. And if she knows that there's sort of fish swimming around her, she won't stay in for very long.
Right, so it's that close proximity thing, yeah.
Yeah, whereas I love to kind of, you know, get down amongst the fish and see them all and swim with them.
Yeah, I think I'd be the same because I'm like that with fly things around me.
Oh, really?
If they keep a distance, fair enough, but when they invade me space, it's like when fly things go past your ear and they do that. Oh.
What do they do?
Past your ear. You know, if you hear like a dragonfly or a moths with the crash helmets on and they go too close to your ear.
Moths with crash helmets?
Yeah, they've got massive heads and it's like they've got crash helmets on, they're massive things. Because they're mad, they fly into stuff. Because they don't care, they've got head protection on.
Moths with crash helmets?
They're crazy. If they just had a bit more sense of direction and respected your space, that'd be all right, but they don't.
Come on, moths.
It's spiders as well. If they keep out your way, it's like, fine.
Spiders?
Come close.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah.
Just back off.
But like fish, that's why I don't mind fish, because when you're swimming, you can see the fish, and when they see you coming, they obviously swim away, don't they? They don't swim towards you.
Yeah, that's better. Well, that's sensible, isn't it?
Yeah.
If only insects could twig on to that.
Yeah. Insects, have a chat with your fishy friends.
Yeah.
Do what they do. The ones I ate, the little flies, do you ever get the ones, I don't know whether they're like they're probably not mosquitoes, but do you ever get at night when you're sort of laying in bed and you just hear a zzz, zzz.
I can't go to sleep with a fly in the room. Zzz. Cannot go to sleep with a fly in the room. Zzz. No way.
Zzz. And then you have to turn the light on, and then when you turn the light on, they stop doing it, don't they? And you can't find them,
Yeah,
and you think, oh, they've gone.
it.
And you lie back down again.
Yeah.
Zzz.
Yep. And then they settle somewhere. So I go and shake everything in the room. I'm shaking curtains. I can't settle with this. Because my niece woke up when she was a kid. And it's going to freak you out. I'm just saying, if you're a sensitive nature, don't go put your ears in it and go, la, 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 la. Fly in her mouth.
Oh, never. What, dead or?
I think it was dead. That's horrible. That's why I won't go to sleep with a fly in the room.
I know an old lady who swallowed a fly. I don't know why she swallowed that fly. Perhaps she'll die. I know an old lady who swallowed a spider. Anyway, is that a true story? That's a true story, is it?
True story.
Don't they say, like, over your this conversation is going, don't they say over your lifetime, don't you swallow
spiders
in your
so
sleep?
Many spiders, you've eaten them and you don't even know it.
Yeah.
That's horrible. Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to Crafted TV. Hope you're all having a great day and hope you slept well.
Your breakfast, people? Yeah. Nice.
We're approaching 30% of the... Actually, scrap that. We are over 30% of the stock gone. Beep, 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 where you get the box and you get all of the extra goodies for free and 100 bonus points. So you can give the freebies to a friend on National Friendship Day. Aren't we nice? We are. So don't buy the box on its own for the same price. Buy this deal with the freebies, with double the bonus points for that price. However, we are a third of the stock now gone. We're busy. Jackie Deschamps has bought it. Thea says I couldn't resist, bought the showstopper. Amanda says, Ben, it's a no-brainer. I know. I've just ordered mine. So do as Amanda and Thea and Jackie have done and get yours right now. More of your comments on your oldest friends to come in just a mo. Where are we up to, Sheena?
Yes, I'm good. Right, so Ben, I've got some colours here and I'm just going to, basically what I would say is look at the papers and pick the colours out from the papers. That's the easiest way to go with these. Always just be led by the palette in the backing papers. And so that's what I've done. If you look at the papers and the colours, there's blue and there's I'm going to introduce that kind of pinky colour. Let me try and find a paper to show you the one I'm working with, similar to the one I'm working with. that one, well, it's similar, but can you see that we've got the pinky colour here, we've got the bluey purple colour, tealy greens and things in there.
Yeah.
So just pick the colours out, because I want these shells to look really pretty. So what I'm going to do is we'll use a little bit of this pink and just go ahead and just colour this in. And I'm using my water reactors here. So I'm just going to just colour them any way you want. There's no right way, wrong way to do it. I'm trying just to stick to the lines, because then I can keep that outside little halo quite neat and tidy. So I'm just going to colour that in there, a bit darker at the top, at the bottom, sorry, lighter at the top, and then just drag that out in little kind of fan type shapes like this.
A couple of questions whilst we're watching you. What is the showstopper, says Teresa. Teresa, this is the showstopper. I'll go over it in more detail again just before breaking a bit. And a quick question from Thea. I suppose these are difficult to answer without actually sort of seeing what you're doing. She says, why does my watercolour paper get grainy and bleed? She says she uses the same technique as Sheena. Is it too much water potentially?
It could be, or it could be the paper. Check the paper out, because yeah, it depends which paper you're using as well. Yeah, this one is a little bit going a little bit patchy, a little bit blotty, and I don't know why as well. It shouldn't do that, but so check it out. Just if it does, try another bit of cord and just see, because sometimes, but it shouldn't do that. It should be, yeah, we'll have a look. We'll have a play with that later. Let's have a look and see what that could be. And we'll have a look a little bit and try this one here. So what I'm doing is I'm just popping a little bit of this colour here. So darker. This one, this paper here seems a little bit, it's like doing a little bit. It's gone a little bit like, grabbing it a little bit. I'm not sure what this card is. And Debbie prepared this for me, but we'll have a look and see.
You can keep away before you even start. Chibs, look who's come in. Smelt the cheesecake, hasn't she? Smelt the cheesecake.
What
it is. What are you doing?
Did you sense it?
What are you doing?
That?
It's National Cheesecake Day.
It's National Cheesecake Day. I'm here for the cheesecake.
Cheesecake!
How was your holiday?
It was so nice.
Did you love it?
I loved it so much.
I'll catch up with you later.
You will.
I'll keep me a piece.
I will keep you a piece.
Thank you.
You're down for how big do you want?
Were you behind your desk and you went?
I could smell it. I was like the Bisto kids, Sheena.
I know you are.
Cheesecake. I will definitely have a piece of that. Thank you.
Okay. Would you like it delivered to your office?
Yes.
Okay.
Please. On a silver platter. Thank you.
I'll deliver it personally.
Thank you, Ben.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So funny, isn't it? Cheesecake, they're all in. They're all in. It's like the cartoons, isn't it, when they're smelling the pie and they're like,
yeah.
Yep. We will cut that later on. National Cheesecake Day, National Friendship Day, and Arnold Schwarzenegger's birthday today as well. Happy birthday, Arnie, if you're watching. I know he's a platinum member. I'm not doing an impression. Happy birthday, come on. What are you waiting for? Do it. Seize the day, get the deal. Come on, do it now.
What do you think his favourite product would be then, Ben?
What would
if Arnie was a
Arnold's
crafter, what do you think?
favourite product be? I think today it might be the G2, not the T2, the G2, because the G2 is on a great deal today. It is on a flash sale deal. Get to the website. Get to the website. Do it now. Probably that.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Arnie knows a bargain.
He does, doesn't he?
Arnie knows a bargain.
He does know a bargain.
So what I'm doing, Ben, I'm using my clear overlay sparkle here, just to colour these little shell guys in, just to give it a little bit of, so, you know, the stuff you've got in your kit, you're going to be able to supplement with and add a little bit of extra bling to it. Okay, a little bit of, just to pop them out. You know what I'm saying about bringing things, if you do things shiny and brighter, it'll bring them more to the fore. If you do them matte and paler, it'll send them to the back.
Yeah.
So that there will add a little bit of interest and bring them a little bit further forward. So I'm going to wipe this down, Ben, and then we're going to get to the painting the picture, the card. Yeah?
Lovely. Whilst we are waiting, we can say hi to Wendy. She says, my best crafty friend is Lynn Morton, who I got talking to on the craft group. This is lovely, this. And it turned out she lives around the corner. Well, there you go, you see. Small world, our crafty little world, isn't it? Elaine Hodges says, my longest friend is Maggie. We met at infant school, age 5, and we've been mates ever since. We're now 68, so that's 63 years. I started going out with my husband when I was 15, so we've been together for 53 years, so he is a close runner-up. Stacey Brown says, my best crafting friend is my mom. We have crafted together for all of my adult life, over 40 years. And Diane says, I love watching Sheena. I find it so fascinating. She produces beautiful work and makes it look easy. I ordered this Seize the Day with the box of goodies this morning. Well done. And Shazza Maynard says, my bestie is my friend Jackie. We started our nurse training together back in 1976. Wow. Hi to Julie, who says, I've just bought the box. We have a boat, and I'm going to use it to decorate my scrapbook pages with my boat photos. What kind of boat do you have, Julie? Oh, if you do have
impressive
boats or yachts or dinghies, feel free to send in pictures.
Nice.
studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and we'll have a look at your boat photos. 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 Send in your photos. There it comes there. Send your botos in, and we'll show those pictures in just a bit. Photos. Yes.
I like we did there. Just reduce the words into one.
That's why I'm here. Are you doing more now? Are we having a break?
If you want a break.
I don't know.
You have a break if you want a break.
Break. We're having a break, apparently. We're doing a break, and then we'll come back and finish it off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we've got lots to do still.
Well, I know. Oh, we've got another hour as well.
Yeah.
We've got loads of time. So get to the checkout. We'll need more of your comments when we come back, and yeah, keep them coming in, because we're going to be giving at the end of this show £15 to spend to one of you, and another £15 to spend that you can give to your friend. So that would be nice, wouldn't it? We're also going to be eating some cheesecake. Are we doing that in the break, or we are going to do the cheesecake in the break? We'll be back in about 20 minutes.
Today looks a normal day when I'm working from home. Get up, breakfast, quick phone call with my daughter, and then I'm up in the craft room and I spend all my time in the craft room. If it's spending a day with the grandkids, that's it. That's my best part of the day, just spending time with family and those gorgeous little grandkids of mine. The best part of the day when I'm at work is when I go on air, because I absolutely love it. Both. I prefer a shower in the morning. I feel fresher. I feel that I can tackle my day. However, depending on how that day's been, I also would have a double shower, so I'd have one in the morning and one at night too. Absolutely, 100% coffee. Will always be coffee, and flavoured coffee is my favourite at the moment. Dare I say, it's a full English breakfast, the full works, the beans, the tomatoes, the bacon, the sausage, and everything else that goes with a traditional English breakfast. Craft along. Every day of the week. I absolutely love going through the stages from the start of a project to the end of a project. So craft along is definitely my favourite choice. I can't leave without my lipstick. It's a given thing. I once didn't have a lipstick on me, and Leanne helped me out that day. Kick off the shoes, sit down for a couple of minutes, just gather my thoughts, and then grab my tea.
And then from there it'll be meetings, and they could be commercial meetings, they could be creative meetings, I could be supporting one of my team. I also manage a large team, so it could be one-to-ones with those. Every day is different, but always a predominant focus on the products, how they're working, the new products that we're bringing out, a lot of research and development. When we get to see the finished article, way before anybody at home gets to see it, it arrives and we get to unpack it and experience it and try it, that gives us all a massive buzz. I can't be getting out of bed too early, and I like to get to bed. 9 o'clock's the new 10 p.m. Tea all day long, black, no sugar, thank you. I tend to miss breakfast, which isn't great. And if I have something when I come in the office, then that's going to be yogurt and fruit. My face, all of the makeup that makes this. Nobody's seeing this without that on. Probably a baked potato or a salad or something egg-based. Oh, craft along a masterclass. I'm going to say masterclass, and that's because I love to educate. One song that would be the theme tune to my life, it would be Billy Ocean, Red Light Spells Danger. Pour a gin and tonic. First thing I do. Get in the house, gin and tonic, decompress the day, and then plan what I'm going to do that night.
Welcome back. Shaz says, cup of black tea, no sugars for Leanne. Oh yes, I will deliver that after the show if I remember. If I'm not too busy eating it myself. I've got to do it now. Nicholas has said she's going to film me to prove that I did it. Judith says, I wasn't going to buy anything today, but I've just ordered the bundle. Oh, yes, and I did read this as well. I've got so much to remember. I've been back in 2 days and they bombard me with information. There is a code as well, isn't there? There is a code for National Friendship Day. Yeah, there is. It is something like 4me10, I think. 4me10. So use that code. It will be usual T's and C's, I would imagine. There's also a flash sale on the G2. So check the website for that. The detail. What? 119.99 for the Gemini 2. Only for today. 24 hours only, $159.99 if you're in the US and you're a platinum member. If you're not yet within the club, join up the Club Inspire today. It's free to do, and you will get that price, best price ever. Ever. Karen says, unfortunately, my oldest friend does not craft. In fact, none of my friends craft. They don't know what they're missing. Well, Karen, it's a good job you commented, you see, because then if you win this competition at the end of the show, you'll get £15 to spend with us here. Then you'll get another £15 to give to your friend who doesn't craft. And because they're your friend and they don't craft, they'll go, who crafts? Karen does. And they'll give it back to you, thus giving you 30 to spend. Ha ha! Thank me later. And hi also to Doreen, who says, I had to buy this as I'm crafting with the Enchanted Ocean right now. And that's the thing with this collection, Sheena, isn't it? It's a lovely standalone collection, but again, you will be able to work elements of this into other collections, like that Enchanted Ocean set.
Absolutely. There's so many usable things. Like that scroll, for example, like Ben was saying. That is such a nice little die and stamp. That is a base for wording. Christmas cards and things. You'd really always want a good scroll for a Christmas card to put your greeting in. It just makes it so much more interesting, you know, and you can, again, just dress it up, make it look a bit more interesting with a bit of just inking around the outsides and things. So many usable bits in here, but what I can't believe is that they managed to pack as much stuff in a tiny little box. I know. When it comes to you, and it's in such a neat box, but to have all this stuff in there and the value in there and the quality is really is the biggest thing. Because, you know, for me, you can keep it if it's rubbish. What's the point?
No, it's true.
It's true though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're just buying tat.
Yeah.
You don't want to buy tat. What's the point? You can't make anything good. What is it, making a silk purse out of a sow's ear? You can't do it. You've got to have good stuff. And if it's not good stuff, move on.
Move along.
Move on. But this is great stuff. And it's a silly price. So what I've done is I've cut these little planks of wood out of this one here, which is, it's got that little, the lifesaver and the starfish and the anchor and that little paddle for the boat. I think that is so cute, that little oar there in the boat. I love that. That is such great little. So if you've got like people in the family, like outdoory kind of stuff, you know, like men's cards and the, because it's such a popular thing now, countryside and outdoor leisure stuff is big. That for all my Discovery Plus shows and
There we
stuff,
go.
it'd be great. You see,
Yeah,
like, you know, maybe Alaskan shows, I might have right in there. So, right, so what I'm going to do with the wooden ones is, with the dies, the quickest way to colour in the dies that have texture on them is to use your blending tool. Because if you go over the top, it's going to emphasise, with your blending tool, it's going to emphasise the texture even more. So I'm using some sealed brown here. Either of the browns will work, so any of the browns would be fine. But what I'm going to do is I've put quite a bit of ink on there to give it a base colour. You could even cut them out of craft card and then you've got a base colour already on there. And then I'm going to go over with a little bit of the dark, either the jet black or the noir black, just at the sides, just to age them a little bit so they look a little bit more weathered, a little bit older, a little bit more less pristine. Pristine. And then that looks a little bit more interesting. Even that, you know, if you just put a flat colour on them, you cut them out of brown card, they look fine. But if you do this, I think they look better. They just look more authentic. And that's what we're doing. We're just adding those little extra touches to them.
Taking it from good to great, isn't it? That's what it's all about.
Yes, exactly. It's upping it. It's just turning up that little tweak, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then we've got those guys ready. So we've got the pretty embellishments in the foreground. We've got the rustic embellishments ready. And then we are ready to then stamp our main focal point on the card. I'm going to give that a wipe down because it's got ink on the background and I don't want to get it all over the card where I don't want it to be. So I'll just give that a quick... Get used to doing that, especially when you're using inks and things, because you can't see it a lot of the time and you'll pick it up, especially when you're going to be blending inks and things. So, a piece of card, a watercolour card, and I'm going to use this image here. I love this image, this boat here. And I'll take that out and I'm going to use my rocker block again. And if it doesn't stamp perfectly with the rocker block on one side, I'll just turn the card over and use my repositionable stamping platform. But I have a feeling I'll be fine.
Are you much of a boaty person?
Sorry?
Are you much of a boaty person?
A boaty person? I'm okay on boats.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm not that bad with a choppy sea even. I did a crafting cruise once.
Oh, yes.
And that was like carry on crafting at sea, that was.
What, on a proper big cruise ship?
Big-ish. And it was with another the television thing. And it was like, it was the North Sea in the start of the winter. You can imagine.
Oh, lovely.
Choppy would be the word.
Yeah.
Yes, so that was rough.
A cruise of the North Sea in winter. Thank goodness there was craft to do.
And because I was working on there, doing workshops as one of the TV people that were doing the thing, we were, had our rooms provided. So if you've seen the film Titanic, I would have had an Irish accent and I would have been doing a jig with Jack.
Yes.
I was like the steerage in the middle of the boat. Didn't have a window view, didn't have a sea view. I had a cupboard in the depths of the bowels of the boat.
Was that not hard crafting on a rocky boat?
Oh, yes, it was, Ben. It was interesting. Everything was kind of like moved often. It was choppy. It was definitely choppy. So, yeah. So I'm okay. Maria's not so great on a at sea.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you either are or you're not. You know,
I'm pretty bad.
Sea legs.
Pretty bad.
Thing is, though, you know, for like a week, at least a week. In fact, it was over a week when we came off the boat. I felt like I was still at sea.
Oh, like your legs were still a bit wobbly.
Like, I was like, whoa!
Yeah.
Literally felt like I was still. Everything moved still.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Very strange.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've stamped that, but I wanted it at an angle. I've stamped it straight.
Oh.
I wanted it at a jaunty angle, so it looked like it was like kind of a little bit like, you know, like in the sand. You're like, yeah, I'm going to stamp it again.
That's all right.
Indulge me if you can. I was too busy thinking of my choppy sea. I straightened everything up because I wanted to counteract that wavy thing I had going on. So I'm going to stamp it again, just more like...
so it looks like, I can
that.
see.
Can you see? It looks better like that.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. And now I'm going to colour it in. So this is where you can use your watercolours, you can use your your ink pads, whatever, anything you want. What should we use? Should we use watercolours?
Yeah.
Shall we? Should we do them? Because we can. So let's bring these in. So I've got my colour chart here and I've got my watercolours. So let's start. I'm going to start with the sky. So with watercolours, I'm going to pick a blue out, and I think I'm going to go with a maybe this blue here, which is this one here. And I'm going to take a little bit out because you don't use them straight as they are. And I'm going to add a little bit of this blue, this dark kind of, in fact, that's a better blue, more like a natural stormy kind of sky blue, but really watered down. So what I'm going to do, Ben, with watercolours, water technically only goes where there's a wet bit of card. So if it's dry, it shouldn't go there. It should only go where there's more water. So by just wetting the background quite liberally, but not the boat, like this,
Yeah.
yeah, when I put the paint on, technically the paint should just stay in the sky area, not go onto the boat bit, because that's dry card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this greyish blue colour and I'm just going to start dragging it through like this. And that's what watercolour artists call a wet into wet technique.
Wet into wet, yes.
See? Wet paint into wet card.
Well, you're inspiring so many people as we watch you. Charles just bought the craft box. That's gone into her cart.
Honestly, if you haven't got the watercolours yet, guys, as well,
Oh, yes.
I'll get them. This is the one I carry around with me now. You know, I was so excited when we got the watercolours. That was like, yes, this will be my go-to painting choice, because if you're going to use anything, you may as well use the pigment-based product that if you want to put it on a wall, if you really like it and you think, oh yeah, that's a keeper, because you know sometimes people will frame a card, won't they, and keep it, and then you know that if you've done that, then it's not going to fade, and you can use that and put it in a frame and the sun won't bleach it. So now we've got that sky going on there, and you can pop a little bit, if you want to make it a bit stormier, you can do that. You'd add a little bit of a greyish tone into it, dirty it a little bit if you want, you know, just a little bit here and there.
Fiona says she's excited for the collection, great value for money. Rose says, I have to make male theme cards and was struggling with ideas, but I have this set. Sheena, you've saved the day with Seize the Day.
Hey!
Yes.
So what I'm doing now is good timing then. It's nice when something like that happens, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm going to create the sand colour. Now sand, you think of it as a bright yellow, but we don't really want it bright yellow. We want some of the tone a little bit brighter. But so we'll use that kind of slightly kind of ochre-y kind of colour, warmish kind of colour. But we'll just pop that on as the base kind of lightest tone, and then go. So it's the same principle as we've just used. So I'm going over with the water like this, and then I'm going to drop some of that light colour into it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to drop some of the darker into it here and there, and then that should give it a natural kind of a look like it's kind of sand, you know, dunes.
You do make it look very easy.
Well, you know what? It's just having confidence, and once you get used to the paint and how to make it play nicely for you, you'll and the only way to do it is to play with it. That's it. Get them out, and these paints are really super powerful. They're mighty powerful. They're mighty powerful paints. So what you're going to learn when you're playing with these, with all your other sets, is how to use as little as possible, because that's the learning curve. There is to know how strong they are.
Yeah, absolutely
right. It is to just hold back and realise that you've got a lot of stuff there. So you're going to be using them really quite dilute.
And the more you demo it as well, the more you're tempting people. Vanessa's just saying, I did not want to buy today, but the Seize the Day craft box is so beautiful. It really is, isn't it? It's a stunning collection.
It is lovely. So what I would do now, Ben, is I'm going to dry that, because what I want to do is I want to colour the boat. I want to put some foliage in here. And I want to also tear around this once I've done that. But to paint the boat and to put foliage on top of that, I want to do it on a dry background. So I'll need to dry the paint that's on there to do that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what I'm about to do now.
Okay, well, lots and lots of you sending in lovely comments. So many of you have bought this as well. We are over 40% of the stock now gone. Don't forget, lots to remind you about. Comment during the show. We're going to give away £15 to one of you to spend with us here at Crafters Companion. And then, if you win, we'll give you another £15 to give to a crafty friend. So that's really good. And all you've got to do is comment. The general chat today has been about who your oldest friend is, not as in my friend is 100, as in like who's been your friend for the longest amount of time. Thank you to Cindy, who says, my bestie is my friend Sheena. She introduced me to my first husband, but I don't hold that against her. We craft together often. And thank you also to Jill Grady, who says, shame you can't award a slice of that cheesecake as a prize. I know, it is also National Cheesecake Day today, so a little bit later on we'll be chatting more about cheesecake. This been made by the fair hand of our wonderful Christina, who works in our cafe here. Still untouched, as you can see. I haven't succumbed to the urge of wanting to eat it. I haven't had time, Nicola, to go and get enough. Can someone come and cut the cake, please, so we can share it out? Anyone? Jake, do you want to come and cut the cake so we can all have... It's got to be a cheesecake break, isn't it? Got to be a cheesecake break. Jake! Maybe he'll come in a minute. He probably will if he realises that it's time to eat the cake. Thank you to everyone commenting. And Pat says, I've been experimenting with watercolour paints that Sheena is using, and I did her suggestion of making a colour chart. Great suggestion, and I found it very helpful. The full collection, as we said, is available. The best way to shop, though, is to go for this craft box with goodie bag, because it's actually... well, it's the same price, but you get all of the extras here that you're seeing, right? So all of these goodies you get for free. Worth having another quick look at those in case you have just joined us, because all of these goodies you don't pay any more for. So that's the box, which I can show you through in more detail. But you're also going to get a set of stamps from the Mediterranean Dreams collection. You've got this really useful and stunning frame from the Dancing Dragonfly, that water lily frame with the Dancing Dragonflies to go with it. You've got the graceful dragonfly dies there as well. You've got a stencil set here for you to be able to create this beautiful floral arrangement that's called Beautiful Bloom from the Kingfisher collection. You've got your decorative trio stencil set, plus you've got this charming Hellebores embossing folder 6x4, and you've got your stamp set from the Bella Luna collection. That's the Wish Upon a Star. So all of that is free when you buy the Seize the Day box, and we give you 100 bonus points as well. It's just... I think it was Amanda earlier on who said it's a no-brainer. It really, truly is a no-brainer, because then within the Seize the Day box as well, and I'll go fairly quickly because I know we're sort of mid-demo, you get all of these beautiful papers. As I say, you know, nice. A lot of people sort of saying that, you know, you can use this alongside your Enchanted Ocean collection. Feel like the designs here are a little bit more grown up, if you like, really. They're really beautiful. Double-sided papers you're going to be getting. 24 sheets of those are included. Of course, they're uncoated papers, so as you've seen, you can ink onto them, you can stamp onto them. You can distress onto them. You get all of the linen cardstock to go with it too. So 18 sheets of double-sided linen cardstock, which will perfectly match up with the colours that you've got in your papers. And then on top of that, look at everything else you've got. You've got your lighthouse here in stamp and die form. You've got that fantastic sentiment scroll. Stamp and dies in there with more sentiments to work with. Those shells which Sheena's been showing you, on the seashore, you're going to get two. Stamp and die form, all those different size shells. You've got that beautiful Sail Away boat. It is just called Sail Away, actually. It's Enya's favourite. Sail away, sail
Exactly,
away,
again,
sail away. Used to love Enya. Adventure awaits. So this is the boat that Sheena has just been watercolouring. Again, with that, you get more stamps in the form of that compass. You've got sentiments in there. You've got your little eyeglass in there too. Ha ha! Then you've got your knot. Didn't actually find out what type of knot that was, I don't think, did we? I don't think anyone... Was yours wrong, Nicola? What sort of knot is that? It's a really common knot. Is it a bowline or a square knot or a clove hitch? Someone tell me. Someone will know. Then you've got all of these little added extras. So you've got your little life ring. You've got your boat in there. You've got your anchor. You've got stencils in there too. So you've got beautiful reeds in there. You've got your nautical elements with all of that coral and the shells in there too. Plus you've got a really super cute little embossing folder as well. All of that for £24 or £31.99 if you're platinum, plus you're going to get 100 bonus points and all of those freebies. What are you waiting for? And on National Friendship Day, even if you don't want the freebies, if you've got, you know, a few of those, get the box for yourself and give the freebies to a friend. Right, let's get back to Sheena. How are we doing?
Oh, great. Shall we continue? Yeah?
Yes.
Alrighty then, let's paint the boat. Let's do the boat. So I'm going to do the boat like a cooler brown. So this is a cool brown. Can you see on the colour chart? That's quite cool. These are cool colours. That's a cool one. So we'll try a little bit this one up here. Maybe a touch of that yellow in there just to make it a little bit less kind of, well, mix that in together. Yeah, we'll do that together. And then we'll give that a wash. So the lighter colour first, always the lighter colour, and then we'll put the darker colour into it. So we'll go a little bit of that, and then we'll go darker. So just the wet colour first.
Yep.
And then we'll go with the darker colour, which we'll do this one here. Always put it into your palette first and then drag it across. So we'll go darker to lighter to give it a bit of shading. And what you can do, and what happens a lot with watercolours is you would build them up. You would, you know, maybe do one coat and then dry it and then layer it up a little bit to get a darker tone, a darker version of it. So rather than, oh yeah, you see there, rather than plaster it on so it's super thick to start with, where I've used it really thick there, you would maybe do that in a couple of layers, but because of time, I've gone a little bit heavy-handed there, but that's okay. We can do that. I use a little bit of a grey tone in here.
Therese has just ordered the showstopper. And Deborah Durant apparently knows her knots. She says it's a square knot.
Ah.
Debbie Durant.
Spooky. I was going to say square knot, you know.
Were you?
I was. Spookily enough. But then I could say anything, couldn't I, once it's right?
Well, that's it. Let me just... I'm not... I mean,
yeah, likely, yeah.
Square knot.
Yeah, likely, Sheena. Yeah. So can you see how now it's looking like it's got some shape to the boat and it's got a little bit of, like, you know, as if it's from dark to light, isn't it?
Yes.
Just, and then think about those planks having a little bit of shading underneath them. So what's all we're thinking is just the darker at the bottom and then lighter at the top.
It is a square knot or a reef knot. We have finally established it. Judith says the knot is a reef knot, or in macrame, it's described as a square knot. It lies flat, so ideal for slings and bandages. But this isn't slings and bandages. This is the Seize the Day collection. Also good for being at sea. I used to know knots back in the day because as I told you, I was in the Anchor Boys for a bit. I was an Anchor Boy, and then from the Anchor Boys I went to the Cubs, and then from the Cubs I went to the Scouts. And I'm sure I got my knot badge because they used to do badges for all sorts, didn't they, in the Cubs and the Brownies? And there was definitely a knot tying badge, which I definitely got. More importantly than that, I'm just being told in my ear, we are almost at half the stock of the Seize the Day craft box gone. So you need to seize the opportunity to seize the day and grab this deal before it goes. It truly is. The box on its own for £24 is incredible. When I've shown you what you're going to get, all the papers, all the cardstock, stamps, dies, stencils, embossing folders, incredible. Then we add in 100 bonus points, so it gets a little bit silly. And then when we throw in all of the other goodies as well, I mean, it is just absolutely redonkulous.
It is really phenomenal value.
It is.
I really am impressed. Super impressed. But my previous experience of box sets was nothing like this, Ben. Nothing like this.
And like you say, particularly for those who are maybe like new to crafting as well, you know, you've got everything in one box to get going with. All you need is your machine, your glues. Obviously, you need your bits and pieces to colour in with. But what I mean is you don't have to kind of go elsewhere to see what works with what, because it is all been done for you. And then you can take all your inspiration from Sheena as well. You can watch this show back whenever you like, and you know, recreate what Sheena's doing if you're stuck for ideas. And also worth bearing in mind, which I haven't mentioned yet, which is very naughty of me. Very naughty of me, listen. Ben, I'm not a naughty boy. You do get a little card within your box as well. In that card is a QR code. You scan the QR code and you will receive 2 hours of educational and creative tutorials and discover the amazing designs that you can create with this collection. Do you want me to scan it now? Okay, let me have a look and see who... oh, where's my camera? See who... oh. Let me see who is on this one. Oh, it's not working. One moment, please, caller. Go, listen to Sheena whilst I just scan the QR code.
What am I? Oh, so you're talking to me. Oh, sorry.
Sorry,
okay,
I'm scanning a QR code.
Did I mention I'm deaf? Yeah, did I mention that? Did I mention
Pardon?
the hearing problem? Okay, I'm talking now. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so what I'm doing is I'm colouring in the windows. Yay! Yay!
It is Digital Craig on this box. So yes, you get 2 hours. Actually, 1 hour 42, I think it says, of Craig. More's the pity is he's not wearing like a. I would have thought he would be dressed up as like a sailor or something to do this. Yeah. Oh, actually, he is wearing a striped top in the video, so he looks a little bit
I wanted him
sailory.
dressed up like Popeye or something.
That's what I was hoping for with it. I'm strong to, I can't do Popeye. I'm strong to the finish because I eat my spinach. That's one of the reasons I started eating spinach as a kid, because of Popeye. Because I didn't learn that in the Anchor Boys. I learned that from the cartoons, because every time he opened a can of spinach, didn't he grew the big muscles and he could throw Bluto around. No, never happened to me though. I used to love Popeye. Olive. Anyway, how are you getting on, Sheena?
I'm getting on all right.
Good,
I'm going to paint this little these dunes now.
Yeah.
And then put a bit of sea in there, and then we'll tear it up and pop it on the card. Yeah, it's taken a while, but then that's just, if you take your time, it's just enjoyable to do, isn't it? You
Absolutely.
know, it's just one of those things that. You know, this is the kind of time it's going to take, so don't feel that it's done in record time every time. You do have to put a little bit of a little bit of time investment in it if you're going to paint in a watercolory kind of fashion. It doesn't happen, super fast, but it doesn't take ages either. You know, it's not that long really, in the greater scheme of things.
Suzanne just says, thank you for showing it again, Ben. I am now off to pop it into my basket and check out. Nice, Sudan. Sandra says, this is just the craft kit I've been waiting for as we cruise soon with friends. It'll make a fabulous bon voyage card. Where are you cruising, Sandra? Let us know. And Teresa says, I don't have anything besides some lighthouse stamps that I can use for masculine cards. This will come in handy. Lots of people suggesting, yes, masculine cards should work very nicely for. I think it's just worth buying for the papers as well. The papers are absolutely stunning.
Oh, the papers are gorgeous.
They really are gorgeous papers.
I think, you know what, we could call this almost done, Ben. We could, we can. Let me think, just a little bit. I just want to put a little bit more shading just in some of these little dunes here. And so this is where you can go back and look and see what you've got, and then see where you need a little bit more. Because if the boat is looking quite dark, you might want to darken a little bit around it and things. But we can, I'm going to put a little flag on there. Let's paint that little flag, a little tealy or a greeny colour or blue. Let's just do blue. Yeah, and then, so what I'm going to do, dry that quickly, we'll tear it up and we'll stick it on the card and pop it together, yeah?
You make watercolouring look so easy, says Sonal. She does, but the point is, you can watch these shows, take the inspiration, have a go, and I'm sure very soon you two will get to the level that you want to be at Do go quickly on this, though. As we said, we are over half the stock gone now. Very, very busy. So take the opportunity to grab it. First time we've had it here on Crafters TV. If you have picked it up elsewhere, by the way, and you've made any projects with it, then feel free to send in your pictures too. Have you had any boat pictures yet into the gallery? Oh, no. Well, maybe people don't have boats, which is fair enough, I suppose. It's quite a niche thing, isn't it? Yeah. But if you've got any pictures of you on your boat or you in a boat, feel free to send those in. Boatos.
No boats in Evesham, Ben, funnily enough.
No boats in Evesham?
Not in the Midlands, no.
No. My father-in-law had a boat. He's just sold it, though, unfortunately. He used to love going out on his boat, doing a bit of fishing out on the high seas. I'm all right in open boats, you know, like sailboats. It's like the big boats where I get a little bit seasick on the big cruise ships. So I'm not so great.
The thing is, on the new cruise ships, the big ones, you don't even feel like you're at sea. They're so big.
Don't you?
You don't even feel, no.
No.
The massive ones, not the one on the North Sea in the winter. Don't do that one, the little one. When
Did that look a bit like the boat you've just painted?
The bowels of the boat. Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. Not far off, Ben. So I'm just going to tear that there like that there. So what I'm doing is this gives it more like a look of an authentic watercolour, you know,
Yeah.
like that, yeah. And then you can either ink around the outside with your ink, or you can go back to your watercolours and we can put a bit of watercolour around the outside just as easily. So then as we've used that, we may as well do that. So I'm going to use a little bit of that brown there. That's a dirtyish kind of looking brown. Pop that there, and then you can just pop a little bit around. Just around the outside, just to give it a splodge like that.
Oh, nice. Almost gives it a bit of a sort of like a scroll sort of effect.
Yes, like a burnt kind of like a like an aged kind of piece of paper. Or,
Yeah.
Yeah. And where that you've torn it, it becomes really absorbent. And the fact is, I've got different coloured browns here, so part of it's going to be darker, and part of it's lighter, and that can be add to the look as well, where it looks more authentic that way as well. So you can either ink it with your ink pad, you know, when you go around with your blending tool.
Oh, yeah.
Or with your watercolours, do it this way.
If you want blending tools, by the way, on the show, we've got the round blending tool and also the square blending tool. It's a rectangle with the replacement heads as well. Those are available on the show. Teresa says, I had to make sure I saved this show so that I can come back and watch Sheena. I need to start using my watercolours, and I've been a little bit intimidated in doing so. Well, hopefully this show's giving you the boost that you need. And Suzanne says, if there were any pictures of me in boats, I would be a funny shade of green. So I'm guessing there aren't too many, Suzanne. I'm the same though, honestly.
Right, let's stick this together, Ben. Do you want me to stick this together? Will you talk about something, or should we stick it together?
Let's stick it together.
Together.
Or you could stick it together whilst I eat cheesecake.
Oh, what? Oh, the speed sticking now. What? That's it. It's done.
Done. Finished. I honestly will in a minute go and get a knife whilst we're in a break. Can we go for like a 10-minute break so we can...
Yeah, no cheesecake left. Where did the cheesecake go?
Imagine the bosses. Why did you have a break for 10 minutes in the show? Because we were eating cheesecake. Yeah? Why are we doing that? Well, we're celebrating the National Day, yeah? Cheesecake Day. Has anyone got a favourite flavour of cheesecake? I don't think I've ever had a Biscoff cheesecake before, so that's going to be a real taste sensation. I can't
There's
wait.
no calories in it either, Ben.
Is that right?
Yeah, none. I've decided there's not.
Because, oh, it's a Tuesday. Yeah, that's why. If you eat cheesecake on a Tuesday, yeah, no calories. Oh, I like what you do with a little...
So what I'm doing is I'm
little
putting a
bits
little
of
bit of 3D gel on there.
Yeah.
Just to give them a little bit of a, lift. Yeah. Oh, I think I should have maybe put that one down there because I'm missing one. Oh well, one will go down the bottom. That'll have to do there. Like that. And then we'll put the shells down and just arrange those little guys.
Lynn says, my dad had a yacht in the 80s and 90s, but he sold it. He went out on the trawlers every week too. Two very different kinds of saying. Yacht, very kind of, yeah, luxurious. Trawling,
Yeah.
hard work. Melody says, I've got this collection and it is one of my faves. Kay Duke says, wow, amazing what Sheena can do with watercolour. She's a watercolour wizard. Is our Sheena.
Thank you. I'll shove that one in, and then we're just about done. You're a wizard, Sheena.
You're a wizard. I thought Liam was coming to steal the cake then. We're going to cut it in a minute.
No, got glue everywhere there. Oh, we've got the greeting to put on. Okay. There.
Beautiful. What does that say?
Never stop exploring.
Lovely.
Beautiful, that is. There you are. Done.
Well, I think that's an amazing project and a great way to finish the show. We're off for a 40-minute break to go and eat cheesecake.
There you go. Let's sail out of the picture.
Yeah. Whee! That's incredible, that. Really, really beautiful. But doesn't it show, and I know you've obviously taken a little bit more time over that, but how nice everything comes together in this collection, and it kind of proves the point, doesn't it, that everything you need is within the box for you to be able to create stunning projects. Everything you need is right there. All of your stamps, all of your dies, you've got your embossing folders in there, and those papers, again, I'll just quickly show you those, because I know a lot of people have said that they've actually been inspired by the papers just to go for the whole collection on the papers alone, because they really, really are absolutely stunning, really beautiful and very different. If you came to the show thinking, oh, well, you know, it's going to be sort of more of the same as far as the Enchanted Ocean was concerned, as you can see, the papers got a very different feel to them. And I think they'll sit, you know, they'll sit nicely alongside that collection, but also just a little bit of a different feel to them. And you've got double-sided designs here too. So I think more detail, more going on as far as the designs are concerned on the A side. But then when we flick it over, you've still got all of those aspects of sort of your, you know, your sea creatures, the beautiful designs in there. You've got script running through there as well. You've got the wheel on there that features quite a lot. It's just a really, really beautiful, beautiful collection, and you get 24 double-sided sheets plus all of the linen cardstock to go alongside that. 18 sheets of linen cardstock to colour match absolutely perfectly with the colours that you've got within this collection, and that of course is just the papers and the cardstock. Alongside that, you're getting all of your stamps, you're getting all of your embossing folders, dies and more. Gaza just says, I love this box. I've had it a while now and wish I'd thought of something like this with it. But of course, if you've got the box already, you can take inspiration from this show. That's what it's all about. And Sue McGuire says, I'm really enjoying the demonstrations. My friend and I started school the same week and I've stayed friends for over 55 years. And our daughters are also friends and have been for 25 years. Keep those comments coming through. We will be picking a winner sort of in the next half an hour who's going to win £15 to spend with us here at Crafter's Companion, plus £15 or $50 for a friend too. And also don't forget that code that you can use today on National Friendship Day, for me 10, and reading into it as well. If you use that code, you will then be sent another code via email to send to a friend. It's all very friendly today. But listen, get to the website, check out your deal, and we will come back in just a few minutes' time. Our challenge in the next 4 minutes is to finish the cheesecake. Go.
Come in, check my emails, then lay the shows out in the studio, set pack shots up. Then I will get new polls, pick shows, solve any problems that need solving. We deal with other teams where we receive marketing suites, we receive boards. We pick samples to send to Hobby Maker. We pick samples to send to QVC. We will take the previous shows out of the studios, set the new shows up. We do floor manage occasionally, not all the time, making sure that the craft expert presenters have everything at hand that they need. Anything that they haven't got during shows, we will run about and get the products for them. I think on a morning when it's really quiet, I can get more done when there's nobody else in the building. Night owl. Morning. On a morning, tea the rest of the day. Savoury. Normally lunchtime. Craft along. Mobile phone. Christina's chicken wrap. Barry White. You're my first, my last, my everything. Go home and make the tea.
When I'm working, it's quite busy because I have to be early to come in to work if I'm going to be travelling from London. But otherwise, I'm quite lazy. I spend a lot of time in bed. Best part of my day is when we come in and I get to see everybody. I really enjoy being up here. It's really nice to see all my friends, and this is my happy place. I do like to see everyone, and also, of course, if Christina's in, I'm getting my breakfast from Christina before I start the day. Early riser without a doubt, never a night owl. I'm in bed at 9:30. Bath at night, shower in the morning. I'm very clean. Tea, the colour of He-Man. Both. I like pancakes with bacon and maple syrup. Craft along because there's always a softer side to craft along. My phone, my life is my phone. Yeah, the phone and the dog, unless I'm coming up here and I can't bring the dog in. My favourite lunch isn't lunch. My favourite lunch is afternoon tea. That's what I'd like. Lots of selection of sandwiches, scones, or scones, some cream and jam, and some little cakes. But I couldn't have it every day because I'd be the size of a house. Oh, that changes with the moment. My favourite song at the moment, Natasha Bedingfield, Unwritten. Or make myself a cup of tea and go and have a bath. This is a problem.
Just cutting. Do you want that bit? You have that bit. That's Jake. Nicola, do you want that bit?
Yeah, I'll have that.
You can have that bit. And then, shall I have this bit? Oh, it's 2 bits. I'll have that bit there. Oh, and Liam, I've got to save a bit for Leanne as well. Does Liam want his now? Sorry, we're just cutting cheesecake. It's National Cheesecake Day. Have you tried your cheesecake yet, Sheena?
What do you think? Between there and here? Yeah.
Any
yes, it's rather delicious. Oh, it's amazing.
I'll just have a quick. Oh. Liam, come and get you some cheesecake. Oh, look. Oh, it's all. There's the slice for you there. Come on. Oh, it's all falling to pieces. Oh, that is incredible. Have you tried it yet?
No, I need a fork.
Oh.
You definitely need a fork because it's.
Yeah, it's definitely needs a fork. But you've managed. I mean, you know, there's ways.
That's breakfast for me, that is. Thank you, Christina. Hopefully you're celebrating on National... Do you want to put that back in the fridge? Just because I feel like it could... Don't eat the rest of it.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Jake's gonna... Right. Sorry about that, everybody. Probably made you, like, cheesecake envy now. Margaret says, where's mine, Ben? It's a shame, isn't it? Like, you know, we could have probably sent some out, put it in a little box, but there's not enough to go around for everybody. So, What are we doing now? Are we doing another demo?
Just eating cheesecake demo, yeah. It's
eating-
how to eat cheesecake without a fork. The demo, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shall we do a bit more colouring? Do you think colouring?
Let's do
I'm
some more
thinking-
colouring, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because, right, here's the thing. Isn't that good? I've got to say, Debbie created that. Isn't it stunning? Love it. And what she's done is, so she's prepared this for me. She's cut the circle and I've just stamped this lighthouse. So this is the lighthouse that comes with the die. So you can 3D that one. Yeah. So if you look at a different card using that one, can you see how that's it cut out in 3D, right? But with this one, she's painted it as if it's in the sea there. That's a stormy sea there with the lighthouse. The
Thank
rocks
goodness
are-
for the lighthouse.
covered the lighthouse. Fab, isn't it? So that's what we're gonna recreate that look. Now, do bear in mind that even if Debbie painted this again, it would not look identical because once paint's in the mix, everything looks different. So this time, you know what? I'm in two minds. Here's the thing. This is where the teaching thing comes in. We can go watercolour,
Yeah.
but that's trickier to do.
Okay.
I think there's an easier way to do it with inks, which will give us a similar look. I think we should do the inks version.
So let's have a look. So we're going to do like that,
That.
but an easier way of doing that without watercolour.
because the thing is we just did watercolours the previous one. So I'm thinking let's try the easier
Okay.
way with the inks. Now, what I would have done is I would have made a mask to start with that, but we haven't got time, so we'll get around it. We'll do that. And the reason being that to create this gradual sky where you've got the darker to lighter, it's easier to apply it with a blending tool. Yeah. So if we use a blending tool, that would be a quicker start to get that going on there. And then we can put texture into it. We can make those clouds look turbulent and we can put ink into it. Bear with. It'll hopefully all come together. It'll be clear very soon.
Okay.
So the lighthouse will colour in last. I'm leaving that there for reference just to see because I love the colours that she's used. So the first thing is we need to kind of give us an idea of a horizon line. Now, I've got my Arnie pencil here. Did we mention it's his birthday
It
today?
is on his birthday. This is his favourite pencil. Come on.
There you go.
Do
Here
it.
we are. So what I'm doing, Ben,
That's
is I'm
from
gonna
the box, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Well, actually, it's the one that, you know when I said I had bought all these bits that were in that sketch pack?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this was the one I already had. That didn't come with the sketch pack, but so just shows.
Similar
there you
thing,
go.
though.
That was the one I already had. So what I've done is I've drawn a line because you want the horizon line to be straight. So that's my indicator of where the horizon line is going to be. Yeah? And so what I want to do is I'm going to start with a lighter colour. So I'm starting off with this straw bale. And I'm going to blend some straw bale along that top horizon line. And this is going to be my lightest colour in the sky.
Okay.
And it's just going to go across like that. And I've used watercolour card, I should mention that. Now that's not troubling the lighthouse at all much because I can colour that or I can faux bleach that out. And then I'm going to fade it up into virtually nothing because if I'm not careful, I'll end up with green. So that's as much colour as I want on there, just that little glow on that skyline. Then I'm going to take a nice clean blue applicator. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to go with some baby blue maybe, baby blue into that sky there. So still pale into that colour. Now I may darken that quite quickly,
Yeah.
but that's an option we've got. We could always go darker, but you can't. It's harder to go lighter.
I don't know we chat about this often, but I'll ask again. So obviously you're using your round blending tool there, aren't
Yes.
you? Is there any pros and cons as to use the round one or the square one, or
I
use
just
that one of
find
the
if I
sponges?
can get a more even, softer blend with the round one.
Yeah.
With the square one, I like that one for if I want to do more angular kind of shading. I use that one, you know, for like rainy techniques and things like that, Ben, if I want to add
Yeah.
a little special effects. But I tend to go to the round ones because I find they're easier to control for me.
Okay.
It's just what I got used to, you
Yeah.
know. I think the size of them is just easier to control. And I think value-wise, they're really great because you just replace those little round discs
That's it.
and you can wash them. I wash them either in the washing machine. I put them in like a net thing and put them in the washing machine, or I put them in the sink with some, you know, clothes washing powder.
Oh, okay.
And then dry them. And
Yeah,
use
I've
them
heard of that
again.
before, like popping them in the little nets that you can sometimes put your
Yeah,
cleaning stuff in.
yeah. So now I've got that colour into that net there, and now I can go in with the darker colour. Now I'm going to start at the top with the midnight and come down to that. So this is a really much more intense blue, as you can see. So by starting at the top, I'm going to blend down into less colour. So top of that there, so can you see there? You know that little bit there, you know what that is? Little bit of glue where it's been taped onto, you know, when it's been cut out.
Yeah.
So be careful of that. If you've got glue left behind,
It looks like a cloud.
yeah, well, that's what it will be, Ben. That's exactly what it's going to be.
That's what we're going for.
That's exactly what it will be.
Yeah.
But with the white gouache, you can do that, so that's all right. So now we've got, can you see how now, by using most of the ink at the top, it's kind of blended it down to virtually nothing. So without the texture, we've got that graduated kind of ombre colour from the darker blue to the lighter blue, and then we want that darker blue to look more stormy, so I'm going to add black into it as well. So I'm going to pop that there, and I'm going to use that dirty applicator.
It's really amazing how the way you've done that has made the lighthouse be pushed even more to the foreground.
Yes, yeah, yeah. But you see how quick that is and how much easier that is than juggling like wet paint
Yeah.
for people. But what we'll do is we still want to put all that colour in there and take colour out and make clouds in there, but we can do that. But now that black has made that blue look so much more kind of natural looking. It's taken down that bright, strong chroma. It's reduced the vivid tones there. So now we need to do a similar thing with this. So the easiest way to do that would be to use a piece of card, really, to we could do that, and we'll create a protect the horizon line like that if we wanted, yeah, to make it clearer.
Yeah.
And we can do that with the same blue, and we'll use maybe a bit of lagoon to try and change up the colour slightly.
And these are all the water reactives again, aren't they?
They are water reactive, Ben, yeah. So now this is where, if you'd created a mask for your lighthouse, just
Yeah.
a paper, you know, on the masket tape,
Yeah.
that would be perfect to pop that on the lighthouse first. So pop your masket into your basket. If you mask it in your basket, if you haven't got it yet.
Put your masket in your basket.
I say, put your masket
Your basket
in your basket.
in basket. Just whilst we're watching you, we can say hi to Cindy. Says, my bestie Gina and I have been friends for 45 years. She goes to Florida in the winter and is waiting for me to join her so we can craft in warm weather in the winter. Judy says, I feel the need to make a cheesecake. I wonder why. And Cindy says, Cindy Doty says, I was on a fabulous QE2 cruise from the UK back to the States in late December. The captain tried to sail around one storm and we actually hit a worse one, and this added an extra day to our sailing. I was one of the very fortunate few who could make it to the dining. I will never forget the brave pianist trying to play whilst the grand piano rolled away.
Oh, no. Oh, no. As long as there wasn't violin players on the deck, 'cause that's never a good sign.
No,
Yeah,
no.
never a good sign if the violinists are on the deck.
One day, I might go on a cruise.
Whoa, look at that.
Look at that!
So that's
Wowee.
dramatic,
That is dramatic.
but it's not looking that natural at the minute.
No.
But see how we've got that base colour all done there?
Yeah.
It looks quite cool as it is, I've got to say. I quite like it even like that. But we've got to put some texture in it and make it look like, you know, choppy waters and things, yeah. So we'll leave those colours out because we're not going to be done with them yet. Right, now this is where we want the brushes into the mix and some paper. And then we're going to come in with some kitchen paper. So let's start with the sky. Let's do the sky. So let's make that look more stormy and cloudy. So I'm going to take a round brush and I'm going to start doing some circles like this. So just circly kind of shapes.
Okay. Is that just a damp brush, is it?
Sorry?
Just a damp brush.
Yes, just
Yeah.
a damp brush, Ben, yeah. And so what I'm doing is I'm just full bleaching some colour out. And if we want lighter colour in here, we've still got the benefit of the gouache. We can bring colour out as well. So I still want some dark in there, and I want some layered colour and things. So just to make it look kind of, you know, a bit stormy and just textured, just things like that.
Nicola's suggesting adding...
We can add some dark. We can add some dark blue in there as well if you want to add some darker colour to give it a bit of.
Sandra's asked if the CC design team, can we have a cruise ship stamp soon, please?
Oh,
I've got to go and see Leanne, haven't I, in a minute anyway, to deliver a cake. They better not have eaten it all out there. When I do, Sandra, I'll pass on your message. A cruise ship with butterflies on it, you think, Nicola? The crafting cruise ship, yeah. Yes. HMS Craft. Yes.
absolutely.
So it's purple and it's got butterflies on it. And what? Oh, and poinsettias for Christmas as well. So HMS Crafty Christmas Butterfly ship thing. And Vanessa's just amazed at how you've created this background. Says, this is amazing, Sheena, how you've made that horizon. It is stunning. Really
Well,
stunning.
this is it. Look at what you've got in your craft room. I think, aha, bit of card, bit of paper. That'll do it. Thank you very much. Yeah. So, right. So we've got this sky kind of started there. And you know what? Sometimes when I'm driving in the car, I look at the sky and think, now, if you painted a sky like that, you probably wouldn't believe it was a sky. So sometimes you've got to simplify skies to make them look more, you know, cartoony skies, so that they look like a sky that you could relate to.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to just use this and go across like this, more kind of like linear with this one rather than, you know.
We're approaching 60% of the box gone. And just as watching, Sheena, don't forget, this is the deal you want to go for, where you get the box and you get all the goodies for free. It's over £50 worth. I'll do the US adding up in just a second, but it's loads of free stuff, and you get 50 more bonus points than you would if you just buy the box. If you bought the box on its own, so 100 bonus points. £24, £31.99. For those of you asking, I will show you everything again towards the end of the show. Sheena says, Carolyn, you make it look so easy. I need to save this show for future reference because I just will not be able to remember all the great tips and tricks. The easiest way to save the shows as well, of course, is on YouTube, where you can create your own playlists. So do think about doing that. Subscribe to us there if you haven't already. And Kerry Carney says, I've been on 42 cruises. That's 42 times 7 days at sea in 10 years. I take card making with me on every cruise, and I give about 60 cards with £2 tips in them to crew members.
What was that?
Kerry, she goes on cruises and she makes cards on the cruise, and she gives about 60 cards out with $2 tips to the crew members.
Wow.
That's a lovely idea.
Fantastic.
That's a great idea.
Wow.
Crafting at sea.
So what we're doing now, Ben, is I'm just drying this, and then we'll get the white gouache on it.
Yeah.
And that'll make it look really more cloudy and stormy, and then we'll paint the lighthouse. So that's giving it the texture and the base colour, and I'll have to flatten it out when I glue it, so wet glue will flatten that all out again. But that looks pretty dramatic already.
It does.
So this is, you know, when we said about the Bella Luna,
yes.
the kit with the white and the pen, about how useful it is. This is exactly that time when you want this set.
Oh, the gouache.
Yes, the gouache.
Gouache.
The gouache.
Gouache.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push some of these clouds. In fact, a flat brush is even better for this because you can push the side of the brush up. Let me see if I've got a flat brush there. Bear with. Let's try that one.
Just again for people who haven't seen this or heard it, what is gouache again?
Gouache is an opaque watercolour.
Right.
So it's water-based, kind of like a posh, you know, the poster paint you used when you were at school. It's like a posh version of that. So it's, yeah, watercolour art. It's a really old medium, and a lot of, like, you know, old masters and things are done in gouache and things. It's a really nice, I really like colouring in with it. I've been using it, you know, as like just for doing some artwork in a book and things at home. Yeah, been enjoying using it just as a medium. Lovely.
Yeah.
Because it's got more, because it's opaque, you can layer it and it's got more impact. I did a painting for Maria's mum. She keeps on a fireplace because our dad always used to buy her yellow roses.
Ah.
And since she lost her dad, she obviously doesn't get the yellow roses every week. But she's got the painting there now that she keeps next to his picture.
Ah, that's really sweet.
I'll post it again on my Facebook
Yeah.
page if you haven't seen it, and you'll see what gouache looks like when it's painted, you know, as a painting, different colours.
It's incredible again though, to think about the amount of layers that you've added to this. So many different layers upon layers to
Yeah,
create.
and it just, but you see how it makes it, and this is how you just play.
Yeah, and the scene's almost changing. Well, it does. It changes with every layer that you add.
Absolutely, and it gives it just that little bit more realism, and you know, and you can play more with the clouds and make them look a bit more, you know, authentic. And you've got your different types of clouds if you wanted to study them. And
Oh, yeah.
but you know, you can. That's up to you. It depends how much or how little you want to play with them. But then with the waves, you can just use, again, I'm using the flat brush to kind of make the process a bit quicker by just pushing the brush up a little bit. Can you see how I'm pushing up, using it on the blade of the brush, the side of the brush?
Yeah.
And just by pushing and dragging it across, it's creating kind of like white peaks.
Very clever.
And then the more opaque the gouache is, the whiter the little breakers are, and you want more around the lighthouse. So we'll put more white, thicker around there, so that that'll be obviously where there's more. It's going to be choppier around there.
Just a reminder for Kathy as well. So, what cardstock are you using here?
I'm using the watercolour
Yeah.
card. And you know what, for time, I think that would do there for us to start painting the lighthouse in. Because
Yeah.
what you can do is to bring that round in more vignette. When that's dry, you can always put the dark around the outside again.
Yeah.
So I'm going to dry that up. We'll give that a quick blast and then we'll paint the lighthouse. Yeah.
Christine says, this is right up my alley, painting these backgrounds, the skies and the water. And Gaz is in touch, saying, myself and my friend Jane have been friends since we were 4 years old. We're both 37 now and not had a single falling out in 33 years. That is some good going, that. That is good going. Friends indeed.
So I've got blue and black there, Ben. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the lighthouse quite strong colour, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So it really stands out against that background.
Are you going blue and black?
Blue and black, yeah. The black's going to shade it at the sides. And this strong midnight blue. So I've done the blue there, and then I'll use the black at the sides because it's going to have to be quite strong and quite impactful to stand out against that background. So can you see how that's really popping out there now?
Get lighthouses that are different colours. I always sort of thought that lighthouses were more red and white.
Yeah. I don't know. Depends if they go with your papers or not.
It can be whatever colour you want them to be, man.
Exactly. These ones match body with the papers, man.
Well, yeah. Elaine says, I'm lucky enough to have been a craft instructor for a large cruise company since 2011. She says, I mainly teach jewellery making and I have made loads of crafty friends.
Excellent.
I mean, that sounds like a job, doesn't it? I mean, that's a lovely job.
Yeah.
Cruise ship. Where do you go, Elaine? What cruise ship are you on? Where do you go to doing your crafting and cruising? And Linda says, my late mother loved lighthouses. I think I will have to buy this collection.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, if you like lighthouses, then you're sorted with this one. Now, I'm not going to have time to finish the whole thing, but you see where you've got this little bit here? Now, what I would do is full bleach. I should have full bleached the lighthouse first, but I just wanted to get busy painting because I knew we were running out of time. But you can see how that's starting to stand out against the background.
Yeah.
And you'd want some black around the base of this and into the sea to kind of give the impression of some darker areas around there where the waves are crashing and things. I'm just trying to pick out the main features that you'd want to be aware of including. But with a little bit more time, you'll be able to refine that a little bit more.
It's actually quite nice to be included in a lighthouse because I know, like, with similar collections, you know, you expect to see your boats, don't you? And, you know, things like your seashells and your fish and whatnot. But I think it's nice that we've included that too.
Yeah, I think it really is a lovely collection. I'm not surprised it's been popular. And especially for that price, that is just, you know, it's what a fabulous gift as well, though, isn't it? When you think of, like, the gifting season coming up, it's like, wow.
Well, and with it being National Friendship Day as well, as we said, maybe you've already got the box and you love the box so much that you think, well, actually, I'll buy the box again, give that to a friend, and then you can keep the goodies for yourself that you're getting with it. It's entirely up to you how you do it. But remember, the price that you've got on the screen there is actually the price that you would just pay for the box on its own. But we give you, it's over £50 worth, over $70 worth of free goodies, plus 100 bonus points to go with it as well. And if you did just buy the box on its own, you'd still pay that same price, not get the goodies, and only get 50 bonus points. So there is no point, whilst this is in stock, of buying the box on its own. But you will have to go quick because we are 60% of the stock gone. And I know a lot of people do sort of watch the show and take in all the inspiration and then tend to check out towards the end of the show. So if that is you, do make sure that you do. Because I have a feeling that this will be potentially selling out between now and launch party tonight, where we're back again with lots more touch of sparkle on the show tonight, cute characters, the Christmas Everyday Sentiments frame and dies are on the show. And if this is still in stock, we'll potentially do a bit more with this, Sheena, do you reckon, tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, fine by me. It's such a good collection. Yeah, I mean, I really could just keep going. I could do a week's residency with this thing because it's just such a good value. But can you see how that's coming together there? And then if you've lost the rocks, you can pop your pen and just draw those back in if you want to pop those back, you know, in there, and add a little bit more detail into it that you might have, you know, lost in the mix. But I don't think we're going to have much more time to do too much more to that, but I think, you know, we're almost there, aren't we, with it? You can pop a little bit more if you've got the white pen. You can add a little bit more detail with the pen instead of the using the gouache, and then you'll get some whiter bits again for the, you know, the sea and around here. If you want to do a little bit more kind of choppy around the lighthouse. And then I'll show you the card and I'll show you the elements that Debbie used to put in the card.
We've only got 5 minutes left and then we'll be done. Time has sailed away.
Hopefully,
Nicola.
I mean, we know we did a lot of colouring in, but you know, the elements, I think the time that you've got with me, I think that's probably the best way we can use the time is really the colouring in.
Yeah.
Is what I'm thinking, you know, because we've probably seen how the, you know how the dye works, the fabulous dyes, but yeah.
Linda's just bought the collection as well. A lot of people very inspired by this set. Don't forget also that you've got all of the inspiration with Sheena from the last 2 hours that you can save and come back to. And as I've mentioned, you've also got digital Craig, dressed like a sailor. He, you get a little card and then you scan the QR code and you get nearly 2 hours worth of Craig doing his thing with it as well. He's not actually dressed like a sailor, although he sort of looks a little bit sailorish. You'll see what I mean when you scan the QR card and tune in for all of the goodies. That card is in the box, so loads more inspo. Oh, that looks nice, the little frame.
Yeah,
beautiful.
And then you'd have that, the frame, and then you'd have that with the paper.
It's like a porthole.
Yes, exactly. When you see Debbie's card, which I'll show you in a sec, that was the idea. So that would be there. That would be like you're looking through the porthole to the top. You see that there? It's like a book. I want to read that book.
Yes.
Or be a haunted cottage on the cliffs. That would be my kind of book. Perfect. I like a spooky tale, Ben.
Yeah?
Yes, I do. I don't like gory, but I like a spooky tale.
Yeah, I like spooky.
Yeah. There you go, that there.
Marvellous.
But then, when you put all the elements together,
Yeah.
you've got that there. You've got then
Oh,
so
okay.
there's little gems around there that give the look of the like the rivets in the porthole.
Yes, I
but
love
in a
that.
pretty fashion. You've got that knot there. That way is the square knot or the
Reef knot.
Reef knot. The little sailboat is the stamp and die. We've seen the little shells in action already, and we've seen how the papers work, but using a little bit of the blue this time around the outside. See that little vignette just finishes them off, draws the eye in. That's it without, but look at the difference that little bit of ink makes.
Absolutely.
Isn't it? And that's the beauty of having papers that haven't got that shiny finish on them, that you can do all of that. But that's pretty good in the time we've had to get that painted. Pretty quick speed, I would say.
Absolutely brilliant. It's been such a lovely show, and so many of you have commented. Loads of you have told me that you've gone for that showstopper as well. It's been super, super busy. Thank you everybody who's been in touch on the show. As I said, hopefully if we get time later on launch party, we will show you more. But don't forget, just to reiterate, it's this collection that you need to go for with the goodie bag. Everything here. The goodie bag is everything extra, right? So that you're seeing on the screen right now, you've got the stamps from the Mediterranean Dreams collection. That's called the Mediterranean Window with your Bougainvillea. You've got your charming hellebores. That's a 6x4 embossing folder. Decorative trio of stencils. You've also got the beautiful blooms stencil set there as well, or template set, so you can build out that beautiful floral element. You've got your Bella Luna Wish Upon a Star, your graceful dragonflies dies, and then you've also got your dancing dragonflies water lily and frame. All of that you get for free. It's worth over £50, $70 when you buy the Seize the Day box. Also, if you go for this collection, you get the 100 BP, 100 bonus points to go towards your Club Inspire as well. So that's definitely the collection that you need to be going for. Thank you for all of the lovely comments coming through. We did say that today is National Cheesecake Day. We've eaten the cheesecake, it's gorgeous, I'm stuffed. It's also National Friendship Day as well. So well done. We're going to give one person £15, $15 to spend with us, and another £15, $15 that they can give for a friend to spend with us as well. And the winner of that is Elaine Hodges. Well done, Elaine. Congratulations to you. If you message us, we will make sure that we get that sent out to you. CTV prizes at crafterscompanion.co.uk. We are done. Sheena, thank you so much. Always inspirational. And we're back in 3 hours for more, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Got more stuff to play with. And this again, if there's any stock left.
That's over to you on that front. Not much of the stock left. We are over 60%, heading towards 70% of the stock gone. So shop away, dear friends. Make sure you get your carts and your baskets checked out, and then come back and join us tonight, live at 5, launch party, and also within that show, the second round of our Summer Craft Games. If you enjoyed that last night, there's another fun game coming tonight, me versus Sheena, and your chance to win more prizes up for grabs in that show. Tell your friends on National Friendship Day, and we'll see you in a bit. Bye for now. Bye.